lovelies, my name is Jessica and welcome to Makeup.misfit, and I apologize for the ring light and my glasses. It is after 9 p.m. the night before this is supposed to go up. So unfortunately, it's a little bit dark outside. I had to try to adjust some lighting. So this is what we're working with. But I have an exciting update. So we're just going to get into this project. So over the last few months, I've been working on 3 prompts, and I would like to bring back the 4th prompt that you're supposed to be working on for this project. So we're going to chat about the 2 prompts that have been in here for a while, and the longest one out of the 2 is makeup inventory. So I have been working on 3 different categories for this prompt, and last month I rolled out the highlight portion of this, which was rose quartz, my Becca Highlights palette. So currently I have the blush and the eyeshadow to chat about. Now the blush that I've been working on is the liquid blush from e.l.f. Now this lighting is definitely washing this out because it looks almost brown on camera, but it is a peach toned blush. My goal was 10 uses, and last month I think I was sitting at like 6 or 7. I had brought this out of town with me. I really enjoyed wearing it. I wore it all of the time. I have surpassed those 10 uses and I'm really happy and excited about it. I would like to try this blush in a different shade, but that is going to be for the future. For now, I will be rolling this blush out, but you guys may see it at some point later on. I really have enjoyed this, and I'm really looking forward to picking it back up and reaching for it again, since I haven't really reached for it since I surpassed those like 10 use marks. I think I used it maybe about 12, 13 times most. It really wasn't too far past that 10 uses. Then last month, I decided that I was going to roll out the eyeshadow portion and replace it with another eyeshadow. So I rolled out the shade Jellyfish from the Beauty Bay Tropic palette, but I replaced it with another Beauty Bay shade, and this is the Earthy palette. And in here, there's 2 golds that I could not decide between. So what I decided to do was throw a 5 use goal on the shade, and whichever gold shade hit the 5 uses first would essentially win and be a part of this project. So this is the palette, and these are the 2 gold shades down here. And you can see that they both have some usage on it. This B is almost completely worn away, and the top of this one is. However, I used both of those shades 5 times each, and I actually used them together all 5 times. I could not decide. So technically they were both in this project, but I'm only counting it as one eyeshadow. And I'm really happy about it. I really enjoyed wearing both of those golds together, and I just enjoyed the quality in itself. So it's making me excited to not only reach for this palette, but also dip into my other Beauty Bay 16 pan palettes. And I think I'm gonna have a whole lot of fun with this palette come fall time. So I'm really excited in a couple of months to pull this palette back, hopefully into a project, and see what damage I can get on this baby. So then last month, I also decided I was going to kind of reset the prompt birthday money, which was absolutely anything I wanted to pull in, and I pulled in the Huetopian Dream palette by mcgrath. I wanted to use this no pan left behind style, so use every shade in the palette one time. I had used a few of the shades, but I could not remember what shades they were, so I decided to reset the project, or reset the prompt, and start again. So this time around, I have used these 6 shades here. Now this one does have a usage, I believe, in it. Now I don't know if it was just a swatch or if I had actually used it on my eyes, but that was prior to last month. So these were the 6 shades that I used. I had worn all 3 mattes. There's only the 3 mattes in the palette. This was the inner corner, and then these 2 were on the lid. It was such a beautiful look. I actually really enjoyed it. So I want to finish off with these 4 shades right there. Then I can roll this prompt out. But I'm also curious to see how much I'm actually going to enjoy it. I would like to reach for this a little bit more, because I may possibly purchase the Moonlit Seduction palette, because these were the 2 that I was really gravitating towards out of all of the palettes that she has. So I don't know if I'm going to buy it during the VIB sale in the fall. But I may end up hitting Rouge again this year unintentionally, so there's a chance that if I do, then I will wait until next year to purchase it, probably during the spring sale. But I want to get a lot more use on this palette just to like really solidify my thoughts and feelings on it, but so far I'm kind of liking it. Then last month I had rolled in just one prompt, and I rolled in once again makeup inventory, but I wanted to kind of switch it up a little bit this time, especially since I'd have both makeup inventory prompts in at the same time. So instead of doing a highlight, blush, and eyeshadow, I decided to pull in a blush, a highlight, and a nail polish topper. So the highlight that I wanted to work on was the Ofra highlighter in Retrograde, but I was only going to focus in on the light purple side. I wanted to use it 5 times, and I have completed that, and I'm really excited about it. I'm not sure how much I really enjoy this highlighter. I'm thinking more so in the winter time is when I can probably pull off that lilac-y, light purple kind of look that I was kind of wanting to really go for. But I am excited that I was actually able to get a little bit of use on this. And then I also pulled in Pansy Pop from Clinique, again for 5 uses. You can see that some of the petal embossment has been worn away, so that's really exciting, and I have hit my 5 uses on this as well. I did pair these two together each time, so I did manage to hit the 5 uses rather quickly, and I actually was surprised that I had hit it before this update because I knew I'd get to about 2 or 3, but I really wasn't intending to wear the purple look a little bit more often. I think it was yesterday, or when you're seeing this, 2 days ago, that I wore it for my 5th use, and I actually ended up wearing a purple eye look, which I didn't even really think about until I was at work, and I was like, oh, I have a whole purple look, so this worked out really well. So when I was wearing this blush, I did have a little bit of the peach blush on the brush, so it kind of mixed the two together. I still would like kind of dip into this a little bit more to build it up. So like I said with the highlighter, I think more so in the winter time when I'm not as colored tan, then I can probably get away with wearing this a little bit more because I'm a lot more pale, and I feel like you'd be able to see it just a little bit better. Now for the topper that I chose, of course it was Hollow Taco, and this is the topper in Scattered Hollow, and I wanted to use this 5 times. Unfortunately, I have not used it even once. I find that throwing nail polish into projects just doesn't really work for me. I know I've said it before, but I've been doing it to try and get myself to use them. But I feel like I just like to use what I want when I want to, and that's why Panicure was supposed to be the cure for my nail polish projects. However, that hasn't been working out very well either. I've been wearing whatever I want. I just haven't really been updating it or taking pictures as often. So I'm going to try and get my 5 uses in on this. I will keep it in. Now that I think about it, it's July and this project is over in September. That is insane to even think about. So this may be in here until the finale, but that's okay. Usually when I do decide to do my nails, I kind of like, I have everything on a shelf, and I just kind of 2 different shelves, I suppose. One is in like an acrylic stand and one is just on a shelf. So the one that's just like on the shelf in my spare room, I tend to like grab 3 or 4 of them at a time if I'm trying to find a specific shade that I want to work on, and that's kind of how I come up with some combinations like this one and like this one. So I just tend to grab a few shades, and if the ones I'm grabbing tend to look good together, then it's an idea for the next time I do my nails. So that's kind of how I end up working it. So that's why pulling nail polish into projects isn't really the best idea. That is also why I went with a topper and not an actual polish, because I do have a couple nail polishes in Birthstone Beauty. A little bit of a spoiler, we're not getting anywhere with those, so hopefully I can focus in on those closer to the end of the year. But with that, I don't know if I'm really going to pull nail polish into projects too often. I feel like for myself, it's just a little bit more of like a last minute, don't really know what else to pull in, don't want to keep using the same products over and over again kind of thing. So we are rolling out 2 prompts. However, I'm going to be rolling in 3 because I'm going to go back to my 4 prompts, which you're supposed to have in this project. And I feel like I'm at a place where I'm sure I can continue to get back to my 4 prompts and continue it on. Again, it's over in 2 months, so it is what it is. So I do have, it's over there. Let me go grab my phone. We're gonna randomize 3 new prompts and we're gonna see what I'm gonna be working on. Okay, I'm back. I don't know why that's so blinding. Here we go. We're gonna randomize the 3 numbers. I'm going to possibly go off camera to count them because I do have like them pulled up on my computer here. See what we're working on and go find some products. So what 3 numbers? We have number 30, number 11, and number 29. Okay, so there's 33 prompts, so this should be easy enough to find the 2 of them. So 33, 32, 31. So 30 is an all matte palette, so I have to add 2 mattes. And 29 is shifty shade, so I can add a duo, a multi-chrome, or a shimmer. So that's going to balance out the 2 mattes that I'm pulling in. So I'm really excited about that one. Now let's just count down number 11. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Ulta 21 Days of Beauty, most affordable. Okay, I'm gonna go take a look at my collection, see what I can find that I want to pull into this, and I will come back and show you guys what I'm working on. Okay, so this one took a little bit of time. I'm just gonna show you guys. So Ulta 21 Days of Beauty, my most affordable. I actually went with my Tarte blush in the shade Quirky. However, if you see the packaging, it says Tarte Rewards. So technically I got this for free. That is how it is most affordable, because otherwise it would not be. And it's gonna be hard to see on camera because that's not the shade at all. It's definitely a lot more pink, but I am excited to reach for this and start to use it because I have had no use on this. I really do like the Tarte blushes, and the only blush I think I'm focusing on right now is actually the peach one that's in my Pan That Face palette. So this will be kind of nice to switch things up a little bit. Now that I no longer have Pansy Pop in here, I'm going to throw this in for 5 uses. So then I had all matte palettes, so I had to pull in 2 mattes. Now I was really debating what I wanted to do. I wanted to kind of focus in on a couple of shades. I went through some of my singles. If you watch my Pan Those Eyeshadows last update, I said that I wanted to start working on my singles. Like I roll them in and out every single month, but I really wanted to start focusing on them to make sure if it's something that I want to keep or declutter, get some thoughts on. However, I did not choose a single, but I'm actually going to pull in a couple of shades from the Tartelette Toasted palette. I haven't even used this yet, like maybe a couple of times. This is just horrible. And this has fallen a few times, so these shades actually did fall out. I apologize for the glare, but these two shades right here are the ones I'm going to focus on. Again, I'm just going to throw 5 uses on it. I just want to see if this is a palette that I want to keep. It is one that is going to be a potential declutter. More likely I will get rid of this palette, which makes me sad because this is the palette that actually got me into warm tones. I finally purchased it only a couple of years ago, have barely reached for it. The packaging has just started to wear away. Like I said, I've dropped it a couple of times. There's a couple of shades that are a little bit cracked. They've fallen out. It's not a good look charm. So I want to just use those 2 shades 5 times, see what I think of it, and see if it's a palette that I want to keep. Maybe depot a couple of the shades and keep them. We'll have to see what I decide. So 5 uses for both of those shades. And then I had shifty shades, so I'm pulling in. Now there's 2 shadows in here from Touch of Glam. As you can tell, this one right here has quite a nice dip. So I did think about pulling this one in and hitting pan on it, but I do want to reach for this shade instead. I know I enjoy this one. I want to get some thoughts on this shade right here. So I'm going to reach for this one, and I think I want to just create a dip. I was gonna do 5 uses again, but I want to create a nice dip with it. So we're gonna see how long that takes, depending on how much I enjoy it, how much I wear it. I'm hoping it can look like this rather quickly, but we're gonna have to see. So I'm excited to actually dip into this shade because I have thought about it, not so much recently, but it's a shade that when I would kind of like have these 2 together, I would always think about reaching for it, but I never would actually do it. So now I can actually have the chance to get some love in on that shade, see how I feel about it. Those are the only 2 Touch of Glam shades that I have. I did get them off of Etsy. There was a few other ones that I wanted, but I never ended up purchasing because they were quite pricey, so I don't know if I will purchase any more, but I want to remember how much I enjoyed at least that one and possibly decide in the future if it's something that I want to invest in again. So I am excited about this round. Those are the 3 brand new prompts. So again, I'm going to finish off my Pat McGrath Huetopian Dream palette. I have 4 shades that I still have to use. I'm going to use those 2 shades in the Tartelette Toasted palette 5 times each. I'm going to use my Tarte blush for 5 uses, and I'm going to create a dip in that purple shimmery beautiful touch of glam eyeshadow single. So that is everything for this update. As I was going through trying to figure out what I wanted to work on for this, I really actually realized, even though I had mentioned it, that yeah, this project is ending rather quickly. And it's just kind of came up out of nowhere. I can't believe that it's been almost 2 years since I created this project to begin with. This is the 2nd round of it. So I do think that I'm going to bring this back again because I really do enjoy it. Anouk Dominique Rose, as always, is linked down below because she does this as well. I'm hoping that she'll do it again next year. I know that she says she enjoys this project, and I love watching her updates. I think they're so funny. I just enjoy watching her. So if you haven't, I know I mention it every update, but please go check her out. And I'm hoping that she will join in on me with this again one more time at least. And if you would like to join in as well, let me know. It starts September 27th of this year, and it'll go until September 27th of 2025. We will chat more about that probably next update. This one's going to end in September as well, so it'll be more of a finale and an intro. I almost lost my words there. So that is everything for today's update. So thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I'll see you guys all later. Bye.